Greetings, Dorman listeners, watchers. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Dorman Podcast. We are your Dorman. My name is Evangelist, as always, with me,
Steven in the building.
Okay. Well, let's get all of our extras out of the way. Awesome week. You know, it's only been a few days since our last recording, but yeah, had a chance to spend time with the wife, family visiting from town. Awesome family. Niece is beautiful, gorgeous, awesome time. And the reason why I have to say this, right? I'm a newly over the road truck driver, and spent my first week out a couple weeks back. Came back. You know, it's important to acknowledge these little moments at home. So that's what I had to do. Steven, you have any brief acknowledgments?
Normal weekend. Glad I don't have to work Saturdays or Sundays. I go Monday through Fridays. Yeah, that's it.
Excitement.
Cleaning. Adult shit.
Adulting. Steven is adulting. Huh?
Cleaning.
Ladies and gentlemen, is this a brand new...
I still take my laundry to Rosa, though. Fluff and Fold.
Fluff and Fold. Hey, shout out to Rosa's Fluff and Fold.
Rosa Fluff.
You want to give an address for Rosa's Fluff and Fold?
No, because nobody else can go there.
No one else.
No, the place is too busy already.
Okay, well, we decided this week. I mean, you cannot. I don't think there's anyone not talking about the idea that Trump could possibly be arrested. People are looking to see handcuffs placed around 45.
Yep.
And I don't know how to feel about that, right? You know, we started this whole journey because we heard like a lot of the stupidity surrounding his presidency. Mind you, he didn't help it. He didn't help that the narrative by, you know, his activities on Twitter, or, you know, the way he dealt with media. He didn't really help any of the stupidity.
I kind of like the way he dealt with the media.
Sure, I did.
Because the media needs the proverbial chin check.
Yeah.
Every now and then.
I'm in agreement.
You need to just, fist fuck the media sometimes.
Sweet chin music.
Work them like a puppet.
Right, like heel of your boot right to the chin. I mean.
I would go wrestling moves.
Man, we're going wrestling.
I would give him a tombstone.
A rock bottom.
I'll give somebody a flying frog splash on the top rope.
Hey, I mean, look, we get it, right? So Trump wasn't your conventional president. He's not even your conventional.
Like him. He was a bully. Hurt your feelings.
Did a lot of that. But when you look at the policies that he put into place, for whatever reason, I don't care what reason he had or what reason people interpreted his movements with, he put into place some really good things that promoted an American independence, right? Because again, this country was founded on individual sovereignty. So we didn't want to be a nation. We don't want to be a nation that's going to be relying on other nations to do anything. So he put a lot of things into place.
Well, look how that worked out for the Ukraine, right?
Sure.
Getting your ass whooped in the middle of the night, and you call Big Brother.
Hey, and Big Brother is doing a hell of a job rescuing them.
Yeah, well.
Hey, taxpayers out there, thank you all. I believe Ukraine, I believe Zelensky has been thanking all of us for the contributions that we've made to this war. Yep. So, hey, kudos.
And
for
fuck
those.
East Palestine.
Right. Yeah, forget about people at home going through the toxic...
Hey, fuck the homeless, right? Let's give it all to the fucking Ukraine.
Right. Because we don't matter here, right?
No.
Like our taxpayer dollars shouldn't matter here. Hey, and fuck inflation, right?
Yeah.
I mean, who cares?
Fuck gas
Who
prices.
cares, right? I mean, fuck the idea that eggs are
and also all those
$9 to $12 a dozen.
As I've said before, all those people that have the pride flag and the Ukrainian flag on your car, you dipshits. You don't even do your fucking research.
They don't like
You
you.
can't be gay in the Ukraine. You literally cannot.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot of things we as Americans don't understand about the outside world. And you know, Steve and I, we're not claiming to know everything about the outside world.
We are
either.
world-renowned, learned scholars of the world.
Very scholarly Dorman.
Right?
Right? I think the most scholarly of most Normans.
Yes. I've only known 4
Okay.
Scholarly-
Scholarly Norman.
Dorman,
Hey, I mean,
and
off,
3 of them
off the
are you
subject.
and your brothers.
Hey, off the subject though, right? They said there was a doorman who was the most brilliant man on earth at one point. He was a bouncer for some. Anyway, he had that.
When
he had,
was this?
Well, no, not. Okay, he wasn't the most brilliant man on earth, but he tested a very exceptional IQ.
What's your IQ?
Yeah, I've never done that.
Mine's 116.
Wait. You
I
know,
don't know,
you know,
I'm
you know, taking these
No.
Facebook IQ tests.
No, I
do
took
not
I
count,
took
my friend.
I took an IQ test.
He's like, no, I took it on TikTok.
in People magazine.
Oh,
And it said I was 116.
even better. People magazine, even better, yo.
CNN told me I was a genius.
Hey, fact check that.
Hey,
Huh?
CNN's is a stand-up
They are the
media
they are
conglomerate.
the epitome of
Right.
truth.
The epitome
nation.
of backtracking is what they are.
All right, so look, before we get any further off the subject, again, this is about, let's discuss this Trump arrest. What could that mean, right? What does it mean? Why? Okay, and then let's talk about why they're reaching for this arrest. Why they're, all systems go. This DA from Manhattan is
Manhattan.
DA from Manhattan is pushing this arrest, or could be potentially pushing this arrest for the payment of Stormy Daniels.
Yeah.
Out of all the potentially
Everything that everybody thought this was going to be about
Right.
January 6th
Right.
and all this other shit.
They-
It's about him paying some fucking whore.
Right. Something that Clinton did or was accused of doing. What was the lady's name?
Oh,
I know
no.
her last name was Flowers.
He paid Paula Jones
Paula Jones. What about the other one?
$875,000.
What about the Flowers lady? Am I inventing a name? There was a
No,
Jennifer Flowers.
Jennifer Flowers.
There was
I mean, let's look
on
at that
two
guy.
separate occasions with Clinton.
3.
Right?
What do you think? Monica didn't get no cash?
Oh, Monica Lewinsky too. But look, things that could have been done with previous, with former presidents.
Mm-hmm.
We now are absolutely sure that we want to do this, or not we, but this DA. But I guess he's representative of the American people.
Would you like to know why I think they're doing it?
Oh, okay.
Well,
Hey
because,
guys, this is our opinions.
Yes.
Disclaimer: we are not factual in any type of research. We just read some shit and now we're talking about it. Okay,
Right.
so don't quote.
This is what everybody should
anything.
do.
Right.
So he's going to run again. So
Absolutely.
they're doing their best
Mm-hmm.
to get in front of anything that he can use as a standing point or whatever. They're going to say he was arrested.
Mm-hmm.
How can you have somebody who was arrested run for president?
Right.
Blah, 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 right?
Okay.
I also think this is going to terribly backfire on them. Because all those people who are wavering, all those people who want all this government change until it's in their lap and then
Right.
they don't want it,
Mm-hmm.
as I said before we started recording, they're going to want somebody who has their finger on the button to be in charge. So we're not... Because again, all these people that want equal rights and all these trans people, that shit doesn't fly in other countries. It's not allowed. You're not allowed to do what you want, say what you want,
Mm-hmm.
act how you want. You're not allowed. In all these other countries, you'll be, for lack of a better word, stoned in the town center, because you're different and they don't want it.
Sure.
So think twice about your next vote that you cast, because...
I'll touch on that what he just mentioned. But what my beliefs on this situation, right? So again, I'm sure all of you guys are familiar with the end of 2022 when a certain pop popular figure, a pop culture figure, was arrested in Romania, Andrew Tate. I believe there's a movement towards globalism, right? And you know, call me conspiracy theorist. I mean, you can basically imagine my tinfoil hat on me as I'm speaking to you. But bear with me. Listen to me really quick and see if you can see the line of logic.
Listen to me now. Hear me later.
Yeah. Anyway, so Andrew Tate was arrested back in end of 2022, and it was kind of a litmus test. How radical are the people with these that share the ideas of an Andrew Tate? How about we say male forward ideas, masculine forward ideas?
Some
right?
would say chauvinistic.
Some would say misogynistic and chauvinistic, right? Ideas. So I'm pretty sure it was some type of a litmus test as, hey, if we arrest this popular figure representative of this mindset, what's going to happen? And then, as we saw, a lot of talk, because that's what today's world is. It's internet talk. It's like we, Stephen and I, we are guilty of that same internet talk, right? But very little movement, right? There was no mass protests. Nobody was gathering outside of these Romanian jails, right, demanding justice for Andrew Tate, like in a very forceful way. Not that I've seen, right? Not forceful enough to get these guys to shake in any way. The Romanian government, they are not budging. I don't know what's happened, as of yet with that case, but nothing crazy has happened, right? There is no coup on the Romanian government, in support for the Tate brothers. So that was a litmus test back there. Fast forward, you've got this even bigger global icon. He's not just a pop icon, he's a global former president. They want to televise slapping the cuffs on him to see it's more of a litmus test. I don't know if you guys have come to understand though that the COVID situation, litmus test, little tester. How can we manipulate the globe, right? Because that's the goal. Right? How can we get the globe to move, or how can we get them sedated? Right? So all of this has been a test. The arrest of Trump is no more than a more intensified test of a specific population.
But also,
what's going to happen?
Well, so what happens if we do, as a people, react?
But see,
for Tate or Trump,
it all depends on the reaction, right? Like we don't the whole falsified storming of the Capitol. Come on, that you don't want that. You don't want that kind of taste left in the public's.
Well, that was
mouth.
a Hollywood production.
Absolutely, but these guys were able to manipulate that Hollywood production to an effective.
Temporarily
to an effective point,
right? Because initially they were gonna indict Trump.
Because you still have over half of the population believing that there was something wrong with what happened over there. I'm not one of those people. I don't believe that there was anything done wrong in that January 6th outside of. I mean, because we've read a few sides. We're bombarded with the side of the left stating how terrible this situation was. But I took the time out to read things like the Epoch Times, which of course is very very right oriented or right side of the aisle oriented. But when you take the time out to read the two sides and you see that nothing truly went wrong outside of the depiction that people were rebelling against American law, as far as American,
Well, there's been countless videos disproving all this shit about riots and arrests.
Sure.
Joe Biden, the current president of the United States, as president of the United States, said, and nobody can argue this, nobody can say he didn't say that, it was taken out of context, multiple police officers died as a result of Donald Trump inciting riots. Multiple, false. And he didn't die because of the riots. The dude had a heart attack.
He had a stroke.
And they played it off like he was killed because of
Right.
extreme
Right.
or moderate extremists.
When he was filmed, there's plenty of footage of
walking
him
around
with a helmet on.
Yeah.
Right.
So that goes to show that they tried to use January 6th as him inciting riots,
Sure.
being responsible for the deaths. Nobody talks about that one lady in the Air Force that got shot by a Capitol Police officer. Yes. Nobody talks about her getting shot by a Capitol Police officer. She just went away.
Right.
Because that was a casualty of the production that they
were
started.
willing to accept.
Right.
They were willing to accept that.
And there's multiple videos. You can say it's bullshit. You can say it's fake. For all you people that say everybody who voted for Trump was a cockrider, you can kiss my fucking ass. Because anybody who voted for Biden is the biggest pole-smoking piece of shit I've ever met in my life.
You know what? We try to refrain from anger.
No, I don't. He does. I don't. Yin, yang. All right?
Hey, look, listen.
Calm?
I really tried to reason things out, right? And only because, again, I've said to you guys before, man, the more you express whatever emotion you've expressed, right, the more you're going to find reason to express that same emotion.
It's also, too, it's what's good for the goose. They can talk all the shit they want and say that we're all dumb hillbillies because we vote for Trump. That's not true. That's not factual. So I can lay out a blanket statement that everybody who voted for Biden.
I've never lived on a hill.
Nope.
I don't think Stevens lived on a hill either.
Nope. I mean, Colorado, Kansas is pretty close.
Yeah.
But Kansas is flat.
Yeah.
That's just country over there.
Country bumpkins. Hey, so I mean, look, we didn't bring all of this up to
piss me off because it's work.
or even to pounce the Trump train. We're not even trying to like jump on the Trump train.
Okay.
What we're trying to point out is the idea that that the reason I pointed out Andrew Tate and the reason why I'm now pointing out this Trump situation is they want to let you as the American public know, you and I, right? If you have a problem with the way government is doing whatever it is they're doing, if we can squash, if we can calm, hold down these figures, a lesser figure of Andrew Tate and then a greater figure like President Trump, then we have no chance. That's the message that they want to continue to nail you with. Right? They want to drop this on your head over and over to get you to comply with whatever it is they do. But guess what? The forefathers of this country did not have that in mind.
Right.
They set out on this mission for all to recognize individual sovereignty, to create a perfect union between those of us who live on continental U.S. and U.S. states in general, all 50 states. It was to allow us to pursue this perfect union based on individual sovereignty, individual freedoms, right? That was the idea. Mm-hmm. And we are the one country holding out from this globalist movement under that principle, under those principles brought on by the founding fathers. Again, we will say, has it been perfect? It has not. But it has set up the shelter by which all of us are able to pursue that perfect union, right? So, think about this. For those of you who are out there who are cheering, hooting, and hollering that, oh, we're going to see the man in cuffs, think about it, right? And sad to say, it's absolutely sad to say, but those who are willing to see that man in cuffs are cuffed themselves.
Yeah.
You are beholden to this idea that, this government or these government officials have your best interest in mind. When we praise the ideas laid down by the forefathers, we're not praising this huge government that has evolved from their initial movements, right? We're not praising this government. We're praising the ideas that this country was founded on, right? And we're chasing that initial thought with every word we speak on this podcast. So, guys, you come to your own conclusions. All we're doing is we're talking our shit, right? We talk our shit in hopes that you go and do your own research to come up with your own realizations, your own revelations.
Let me paint a little what if for you there, Evan. So what if they do lock him up, put him in cuffs? The message that they're sending, that we're trying to convey, is that if they can do that to him,
they can do it to you.
What in the world stops them from doing it to any one of us for not taking the vaccine, for not voting a certain way, for expressing your opinions, for dressing a certain way, for doing whatever it is that goes against whatever they want? What's stopping them from doing that? It's getting closer and closer to a socialist environment that we're not going to have any sort of God-given rights anymore.
And that's the gist of this message. We are not promoting any one character. We're promoting the idea that we have to remain free.
Right.
This country has to remain the America that was thought of. Not and not all in all of its evils. Because even in all of its evils, right? It wasn't the thoughts that were. It wasn't the initial thoughts and ideas constructed in the Constitution in the U.S. Its original structure, right? That isn't the evil. It's the men and sometimes women who plug into these positions of authority. That's where the evil comes from, because we have the potential. Human beings have the potential for evil. Ideas can be innately evil or innately good, right? Depending on the intent. But so guys, go out and do your own reading. Come up with your own revelations about about what's going on. But understand this: there is a group who believe they have a better idea of what's good for you than you, right? And they want to impress upon you their ideas. And it's up to you to comply or not.
I mean, also too, the bottom line is that Trump, they're gonna arrest him for violation of campaign finance laws, right?
Sure.
There's not a single person that has ever ran for anything, unless you're running for student body president, that is not.
There isn't a single official
guilty
in all of American politics
of violating campaign finance laws.
Oh,
I dare you to find me one. If we had the ability to investigate, like this douchebag DA in Manhattan, if we had that ability, I guarantee you find everybody. Why isn't everybody getting that?
At what point did you bring up about that guy?
What about Biden?
Oh my God!
I mean, can we talk about his?
I mean, but none of the infractions that have been brought up are even carried on by news coverage.
Right.
Like now we're talking that China may have given his daughter-in-law,
his whole family,
some money.
His whole goddamn family's got
Biden,
money from a different country.
Hunter has been given.
We already know about Hunter.
Yeah, we already know Hunter.
But the bottom line is why is Trump being the one persecuted for all this, for things that they've all been doing?
Listen,
Bush, Clinton, Obama, they're all fucking clean. All of them. Doubtful.
Yeah. So I mean, we know Trump is representative of a specific, we'll call them rebellious population, populace here in the U.S. Right, rebellious to this, this current governance. So they just want to quell that, that rebellion.
I was on a different podcast a couple weeks ago. J Talk Raw is what it's called. Shout out to those guys. And one of the questions they asked me was, do I think Trump's going to be indicted for January 6th? My answer was no. And he's not being indicted for that.
No, he's being indicted for
Because again, as they always do,
mhm.
they grab a bowl full of shit and throw it against the wall, and whatever sticks they run with. This is the only thing that's stuck.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys haven't been with us long enough, that is Steven's favorite analogy, and I love hearing it every single time.
That and it does apply.
It absolutely does apply. So the Stormy Daniels nugget of shit
And
stuck.
and Trump sued her for $300,000 and won. And her attorney is in jail for stealing money from her. So what the fuck are we talking about?
We have zero idea.
Oh.
Again, again, it's not about Trump. It's really about us as the American people. They want an absolute compliant bunch. And it's up to us to say, yes, we are compliant. No, I'm not. No. You know our history, my history. I left a career of 22 years because I didn't want to take the vaccine. So I don't mind rebelling one iota. But it's up to you guys. So it's really up to you. It's where do you see yourself in this in the grand scheme of things, right? In this big picture. Because again, it has been the case since George W. I mean, not George W. but George Bush Sr. He was talking about the New World Order back in the 80s, late 80s, and then it scared. Was it late 80s or early 90s? Anyway, late 80s, during his presidency. And so they've been talking about this globalist movement for decades now. And I think they're finally, with all of the technology in place, with all of the systems in place, they have an opportunity to really move forward with this globalist idea, with this globalism. I mean, we get most of our products here in America come from foreign countries anyway, right? So we're absolutely reliant on the services of other countries, as other countries are reliant on our protection.
My boss at work went to Alaska last week on a trip, vacation. Brought me back a flask that says Alaska on it.
Mm-hmm.
On the bottom, it's made in China.
How?
I don't get it.
There's zero irony, though. There's zero irony.
I mean,
it makes total sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alaska, made in China.
Yeah.
I mean, but we've been again. We
The fucked up thing is, if you got one in China, it would say made in like Indiana or something.
No, made in Beijing.
No, I don't think so. That's how fucked it is.
Made in Wuhan.
They would have us make it and then charge us to send it. That's what they would do.
I mean, you guys put the clues together. What the problem here that we have? There's so many different options as realities to drown ourselves in, that like truth really doesn't matter, right? It's all about these, the different trends that we find ourselves seeing, the different, as Stephen would put it, the different flavors of the week. We can drown ourselves in these flavors of the week, and not know what true reality is. True reality what's taking place that actually affects our state of being.
Yeah.
Right?
I saw somebody posted a meme or something. It said, when somebody sees a single bee, they don't worry. When somebody sees a swarm of bees is when people get nervous. So we, as a people, as a group of people that want this country to succeed, need to be that swarm of bees. That's how it has to be. It has to be that way. It has to, and it doesn't need to be violent. It doesn't need to be. Although if it did get that way, I think we'd be all right.
We'd be fine. But hey, listen. I want to tell you. I had seen months ago, in defense of Kyrie Irving, the best protest I have ever seen in life, in my opinion, right? It was the black Israelites, right? In defense of Kyrie Irving. These guys went out and had their presence felt, very organized, very militant, very it looked like a professional group of soldiers, right? They came, they made their presence felt. Their disapproval for the treatment of Kyrie Irving, about his, whatever it was he had put out. That's the way I would say a protest should look, right?
Yeah.
You're there, you're not rioting, you're not burning anything down, right? But you're not taking any shit, right? Your presence is felt. You are organized. You look like a group to be dealt with, right? But they're gonna be fearful of dealing with you, right? That's the protest.
That is the swarm of bees.
That's the swarm of bees, right? So if it is possible those things could happen in the face of this tyranny, in the face of these, I would even call them illegitimate government moves, right?
Yeah.
Then if that's what they had to encounter, if that was the discomfort they had to face, that's
the
that's
discomfort they were facing on January 6th until somebody said, "Open the doors."
right. And these were insider. I mean,
Yeah.
In more than one instance, you can see that these were insider.
There's so many videos out there of the actual Capitol Police being mad at their supervisors and above ups
For undermanning
them and setting them up.
Yeah.
Now, again,
So-
you can sit here and call us conspiracy theorists and say that we're out of our minds and we're Trumpers and blah, blah, blah.
No.
The bottom line is, if you can't trust your own eyes, then fuck your face. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Anyway, so I mean, guys, make up your mind.
Are you proud of the United States at this moment?
Well, again, I'm always gonna.
Are you proud to be
I'm proud to be an American, but I'm proud to be the American that the forefathers set up.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not proud of the forefathers as far as like who they were as people, but I'm proud of this collective idea that they came up with.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The Constitution, most of its amendments. Right. I'm proud of it.
Yeah. So I'm proud of the United States on a couple of different levels. Obviously, the fact that we're still breathing free air and all that other things. But the United States had a comeback win last night against Venezuela in the World Baseball Classic.
Oh shit!
So we go up 3-0, first inning. Then we go up 5-2, and it's 5-4. Then it's 7-5 Venezuela. So we go on the top of the 8th, walk, single, walk. Bases are loaded, nobody out. Here comes Trey Turner, formerly of the Los Angeles Dodgers, currently on the Phillies. Grand slam, makes it 9-7, and then we shut him down. So now we play Cuba.
Oh wow!
Tonight. If we win that game, when we win that game, then we play the winner of Mexico and Japan for the championship.
Wow. Who's the favorite?
I think and when it started, it's always Japan because they're just stacked. But we were probably top 3.
Wow. That is hard to imagine that Japan is best with
Those guys
best
play
us.
year-round
Yeah,
baseball.
of course. I mean, they have so many different, I don't know, their way in Japan. It's about finding something and perfecting it.
Otani is Japanese.
Yeah. But I'm saying, but that's their way. Like, finding one thing and just perfecting the one thing.
Yeah. So on paper, I'd say this team is not the best that we've ever put together. There's a lot of superstars on our team, but definitely not the best on paper. In 2017, when we won it, our team was stacked. I believe 21 when we played, stacked, and we lost. But the irony, the whole point that I was bringing out is the irony is that we're knocking off these socialist countries one by one with our American ways.
Proud to be an American.
Yeah. So we play Cuba tonight at 4. And I hope we win. I really do. Not that it's going to be a jolt of American pride and all these dipshits that are running around here now, but I'll be proud.
I'll be proud. It's always a good. It's always a good thing to be a part of a winning squad.
Yep.
And even though I don't like baseball much.
And also, it's also very, very weird to see Mike Trout playing in a meaningful game for once.
Shots fired. Duck.
That poor guy. That poor bastard. His whole career has been wasted. Best guy in baseball.
Best guy in baseball.
Just wasting away in Anaheim.
Rich though.
Oh,
wealthy beyond. Yeah, wealthy beyond.
But I'll tell you, he'd probably give away half that money for a ring.
You think so?
Oh my God.
Okay.
You don't. I mean, obviously, you go to the pros to get paid, right?
Yeah.
But you want to win.
Yeah.
So being the best player in baseball on the statistically worst team in baseball is bad news.
Trout,
maybe that's why he's the best.
Hats off to you and your losing effort.
Maybe that's why he's the best. He's a glowing beacon in a pile of shit.
Oh shit! and the shots don't stop. Fired.
No.
Duck.
I would have zero problem with the Angels if they were Anaheim. Even if they were the California Angels, I wouldn't give a shit.
But
the fact that they're the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim makes me physically ill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you know we're in the downtown streets of hard Anaheim in LA.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Disneyland's right there.
Hey, I mean, I love Orange County, right? Orange County is a beacon of hope in this blue sea, right?
Yes.
So I mean, stand proud in that, right? Like, hey, be the Orange County.
Yeah.
Right? How about the Orange County Angels?
Be the Anaheim Angels.
Anaheim Angels, be proud.
You know there was talks of them coming to Long Beach?
Long Beach Angels.
Yeah.
Now that has a ring.
I would move.
I would say
I would move out of Long Beach. I'd be gone. I'd be gone.
You've been here too long.
You know I'd move?
Where?
Back to Anaheim. There's no room for a fucking baseball stadium here.
No.
Where are they going to put it?
No. Unless they create some kind of an island.
On the water.
On the water.
Yeah, it's going to be great for parking.
Yeah.
One way in, one way out.
You're parking on the docks.
Fuck all that.
Hey, like a Dubai situation. You know what I mean?
Game's canceled because the sand mound collapsed. Nobody played the game.
It's an artificial island out there. That'd be sick though. Anyway.
I just don't know.
Hey guys, if that ever happens, right? You heard it here first.
I wouldn't be part of it. I would not.
Long Beach Angels.
No. It doesn't roll.
No, it doesn't.
They'd have to change their name.
Yeah.
And it just wouldn't work. It just would not work.
Yeah, it's a thought though.
Well, they talk about Irvine. They talk about Tustin.
Mm-hmm.
And Irvine and Tustin are like, we don't want, we only want winners. Sorry. So
Shit.
of course, give it to Long Beach, right? This is a hodgepodge of a bunch of fuck nuts.
Hey, we're here in Long Beach, so.
Yeah, but we're the exception.
Yeah, the beacons.
Yes.
In the pile of shit.
Yes.
Beacon of light.
There's a couple different good beacons in Long Beach. There's one big pile of shit, and then there's a couple of good beacons.
Some good beacons. Yeah, that's us. That's what we're here to do,
Yeah.
man. Provide the light.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be the light in your pathway.
Did you hear your buddy Newsom?
What do you say?
He wants to ban Skittles and Sour Patch Kids.
Why?
Oh, because there's too much sugar. I think if
What is
if the coalition for the LGBTQT people want to get butthurt, why are they not mad that he's messing with the rainbow?
I mean, I don't disagree with this whole sugar ban. Right? I don't disagree with it. Right? To go after very specific companies, I think he's got something to gain. Right?
There's just so many different things he should be focused on, not the fucking intake.
Absolutely.
Of sugar.
Absolutely.
And he also won't meet with any of the sheriffs. Did you know that too? He will not meet. Every 3 months, every sheriff of every county in California meets somewhere and discusses crime, all this stuff, what they're doing.
He doesn't care about crime. He doesn't go. But crime,
how can he not go?
Crime is not a concern of his at all, right? With the policies that have been put into place under his governance here in California.
Well, that's understood, but to not go to these meetings?
Yeah. But I'm saying he doesn't. Why would he go to a meeting to meet with enforcers of something he cares little about?
Yeah.
Right? As long as there is a problem, then he has a police at the helm.
Do you think that the police union is going to back him if he runs for
I
president?
hope they don't.
Why the fuck would they?
Right. I hope they don't.
Any police union in the country is going to look at how the police are treated in the state that he was from.
But unions
and
were,
think,
you know,
oh,
in that recall. But I heard unions were a key in assisting him in that recall.
I don't think it was police unions.
Hey, whatever unions, idiots. Anyway, I think we've given you all that we have on the subject of Trump in these last few weeks or week or so. So again,
maybe we should do an episode on Tuesday night.
I don't even know if I'm going to be in town.
We'll
I'll
do
be
a telephone
leaving.
episode.
See, I'm not even technologically.
I'll just get a landline and I'll call you on the landline and I'll record the phone.
Hey, we'll do that though. Yeah. Hey, stay tuned.
Especially if he gets hooked on Tuesday.
Oh my God. Hey, they are dying for
I'm
footage.
really anxious.
cuts
I'm
going
really
around.
anxious to see, because if people do protest peacefully, they'll turn it around somehow.
Mhm, of course.
And if they don't protest peacefully and go storm wherever he gets arrested, then we're the psychopaths that they're saying, right?
Right.
So you can't win.
Right. But again, it's all dependent on how big this it becomes, right? How many people are going to be out there? What are they going to be doing? How is the media going to frame it? And when I say the media, I mean the mainstream media, right? How are these movements going to be framed?
I also don't know how campaign funds work. Can he not use his own cash, $300,000, to tell that stripping whore to get away?
No idea.
Which I don't
know how it
understand.
works.
So how do they know?
Because he funded the majority of his moves, right? Or did he have endorsers?
I'm sure he had people helping him, but I mean, how do we know that he doesn't have a safe in his house that's got
Billions of
$10
dollars?
million in it for a oops scenario?
Right,
He tells his bodyguards, "Hey, go to the oops safe,
right.
get out $300,000 and pay
Tell
that bitch and
Stormy.
tell her to go away.
So it's
Get the
going
envelope
there.
out of the safe that says Stormy and just give it." I don't get it.
I bet, man. Who knows? Anyway, I think with that,
Yeah,
we'll wrap it all up. Till next time.
we gone.